electronic music. Your home for the latest in trance and progressive. The latest tunes selected. The hottest tracks in a row. Straight to your music player.
Welcome to the new world.
This is A State of Trance podcast. Here's your host, Armin van Buuren.
Episode 182 of the State of Trance podcast is packed again with big tunes by Dash Berlin, Chris Metcalfe, A-Force, Dave 202. But first, one of the biggest track of the year so far by American producer Shogun. Here is Skyfire.
Untold, running, waiting for the Skyfire to fall. Our minds and our cries share the pain, for we are nowhere at all. But seek a painting of the sun. Hold it bravely, it will soon become Casimir in the dark, and then the Skyfire will fall apart.
You're tuned to A State of Trance podcast with your host, Armin van Buuren.
Mendelsohn scored a big hit with Nick Chagall a few years ago with their track This Moment, and this time Dash Berlin produced a track with his voice. Here's their brand spanking new track, The Better Half of Me.
Broken promises die like roadkill. They're on the side of the street. Concrete casualties of love. Raised high, then dropped down, and now I don't know what's left of me. reach up my hand to the sky and shout out, I'll never make these same mistakes again. Cause someone out there holds the key to my heart, and do everything to tear it apart by never allowing myself to let you in. When all I want is for you to see the side that I don't show to anyone, and fear that they may turn and run alone and incomplete. No more tears to cry, no more blood to bleed.
Interact. Send your comments to Armin@astateoftrance.com.
You should be the ground beneath my feet, the better half of me. When all I want is for you to see the side that I don't show to anyone, and fear that they may turn and run alone and incomplete. No more tears to cry, no more blood to bleed.
You're tuned in to the State of Trance podcast. I'm Armin van Buuren, having a look at my email, armin@astateoftrance.com. Now, the first one is a very special one. Brittany from Niagara Falls in Canada is popping the big question right here on the podcast. She's asking, Bobby Gray, will you marry me? On behalf of Brittany from Niagara Falls. Let me know, guys, what will happen. Also, Jep Potsdraf from Croatia sends a shout out to his girlfriend Marina. Do you have any shouts, requests, or anything at all? Email me personally at armin@astateoftrance.com and mention the podcast. Okay, back to the music. This is a great remix of the Dutch Wezz Devall that he made of Chris Metcalfe. Here is Cala, Bassa. Out now on Sound Piercing Recordings, the new single of Israeli producer A-Force. Here is Silent Prophecy in the State of Trance podcast. If you want to hear more of the tracks that I played in a State of Trance, check out my playlist on Spotify, arminradio.com.
For podcast track listings and more, check out www.astateoftrance.com.
Every week, I'm playing you the highlights of the State of Trance radio show right here in the podcast. The last track this week is a true big room bomb by the Swiss DJ producer Dave202 and out soon on Captivating Sounds. This is We Are One.
This is a State of Trance podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the State of Trance podcast this week. For more podcasts, surf to youtube.com/Armin van Buuren. And for the playlist of the podcast, have a look at astateoftrance.com. Speak to you next week.
Thank you for tuning in. For more info about this podcast, go to astateoftrance.com. Tune in next week for more A State of Trance.
For more info, check www.armadamusic.com.